Ike
Yeah.
Perlmutter took over when Marvel was near bankruptcy. He was the one that went and sold off the rights, the film rights, for things like Spider-Man and X-Men and Fantastic Four, because he had to bring money in to basically rescue Marvel from itself, because Marvel was drowning. That's the
Incredible
good
though.
news.
That part I'm like, wow.
That's the good news.
Yeah.
In 2005, he assumed the chairship of Marvel Studios, and from then on, it was just one problem after the other.
Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by DigitalCrackNetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher305. With me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
We already talked about all this energy that you have numerous times. I'm going to
Yes,
have
we
to
have.
refer you to human resources if you don't fix this.
Really? Is that how we're gonna go for this, Willie? Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing?
You know what human resources is, right?
Yeah. Somewhere in another room where people talk back to you.
No. That's in your job. And my
Oh.
job, my job, human resources, is that garbage bin that I have in my room where I throw up every morning when I'm hungover while I'm working.
You know what? I'd rather take my job HR than yours. I'd rather not. I'd just rather not.
After I finish with my HR,
Mhm.
I can drink some more.
I'll take your HR.
All right,
I
then.
can take your HR right now.
All right, then.
All right. But Willie, yes, I'm overly happy because we're on Wednesday and tomorrow's my Friday, so I'm happy. Either way, it's going down, kids, and we have a lot to talk about. And let's start off, man. Look, let's start off talking about it. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gameplay demonstration came out yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And they announced so much things, dude, even to a point where they announced a freaking Switch OLED model with a whole, Legend of Zelda theme and everything on it, Willie. Please talk to me.
I want it on the record.
What?
I called that.
Yeah, you actually did. Yeah,
yes.
You did.
Give me credit for calling the most obvious thing that was ever going to happen. I don't care. I need the accolades.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
My next prediction, water is wet. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Yesterday, Eiji Aonuma gave us about 10 minutes or so, well, 11 minutes of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of changes in the game compared to Breath of the Wild. First of all, you're not just stuck to the ground in Hyrule. They have what they call sky islands that you can go up to. And you don't get on your glider and you fly there. No. There's a little portal that you find, and it sucks you through up to the top.
That's a pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Another thing that they have that I thought was cool was they still have the ridiculous and totally unfun weapon breaking system.
I hate that.
But
I think that took me out of the game.
But if you fuse with other objects, you can make the weapon stronger.
Really?
And they also added a thing called key eyeballs, where you put it on your arrows, and they're more accurate.
So they're like homing from pretty much the video that we have here. It's like a homing beacon.
Just about.
All right.
Pretty good stuff. I'm down with that because if I wanted to shoot arrows, I'd be Hawkeye.
Yes.
Either way, I'm surprised that the game can run on the Switch, considering just how much is going on and how far the draw distance is. But you know what? You can do that. Another thing that they showed where, you have to cross a river. For some reason, you can't swim across the river. That's all right. Just fuse some objects. You turn it into a boat.
Let's see if I can find it here on this trailer. There we go.
There you go.
It's pretty amazing. I thought this was pretty cool right here. Like the fact that now you can start putting things together just to get across. It almost kind of reminds me a little bit of Legos like a Lego game that you have to put things together just to do a certain mission or to get across.
The only
I thought that
difference
was
is
pretty like.
the Lego games, building stuff is brainless. You just get on a Lego pile
Mhm.
and it builds itself.
Yeah.
Here you see they're having trouble keeping this thing put together.
Yeah, but it's all in the imagination. It's all whatever you can make out of. That's what I thought
Well, I
was
mean,
actually pretty genius.
within certain restrictions, of course. But you know what? No, I'm not going to say that. This is
Right.
Nintendo, and I know that when it comes to stuff like this, they're going to go and invent some crazy stuff, and I can't wait for people to go and break the game by doing some crazy things with this mechanic.
Hmm.
You know
What
what's
I
going to happen.
what I do notice, Willie, now that I'm looking at this video, like these fans have a certain charge they can hold. It's not ever going. It's not gonna be, just keep blowing because it looks
No,
like it has a certain charge and then it recharges itself afterwards.
yes, it's like the
Interesting.
stamina. It's like the stamina.
Interesting. Yeah.
Either way, there's cool stuff.
Very. All
Regardless,
right. Okay.
everybody knows this game is going to be, well, it's going to be a Zelda game. There are very few bad Zelda games, if there are any.
Mhm.
My son is dying to get the collector's edition. He missed out. Hopefully, he'll be able to get the Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Switch OLED,
Which
which is
is
coming out
pretty freaking
April
nice.
28th. Although I don't know if you saw this, a couple of YouTubers were unboxing Switch OLED Zelda ones yesterday.
I heard, and I think they broke their own rule because they're not supposed to show that until I guess
Well, they
like
didn't
a
get
few
it
days
from Nintendo.
afterwards. Huh?
They didn't get it from Nintendo.
Oh,
Word is that they showed it off because they got it from a third party, so they don't have any NDA.
oof.
But that
No
beauty right
goods.
there, it's still the same Switch. I'm sorry, it's the OLED Switch. That's why.
It's just pretty.
Remember, 720p is HD. I know you want
Shut
an
up.
HD one. Well, that's coming on April 28th, and on May 12th, you're getting the Switch Pro controller and carrying case. Also, Tears of the Kingdom themed.
Interesting. I think it looks pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I like the things they bring out with the Switch and the stuff they bring out like for the certain games. I mean, yeah, fine. They brought out the whole thing with Tears of the Kingdom, which is I know it's a big thing there out there for all the Nintendo players out there, and they love playing Link and all that good stuff. But I thought they would have showed more. And I honestly thought I'm not gonna stop this because damn you, Willie, would remember 720 is HD. I don't care. I would have thought that for some weird reason they would have showed off like a glimpse, like, hey, this is the Switch Pro or whatever coming out for this system. But whatever, I don't care. The only thing I can say is that even though that we're getting a new Zelda game, it looks like it's the same. Like everything's the same. It does not. It still looks the same. Like I guess it's still using the UI for it.
It's the same. It's the same looking game as Breath of the Wild. The draw distance looks improved to me. Like it's that you can see further out, which is why I'm wondering why the Switch wasn't like catching fire as he was playing.
This is fine.
But there are new mechanics. That's what's going to keep it a little bit fresh. I will say the game has gone gold, meaning all development is over. They're finished developing. It's just a matter of getting the stuff out there.
Okay. All right. Well, then that'll leave us to the audience, guys. What do you guys think of everything we just talked about here with the Zelda game and the OLED? The OLED pretty much skin that they have for the Switch. Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts and let's have a conversation about this. But all right, serious question, Willie. Last of Us Part 1 is getting slammed on Steam because of PC performance. Why is that, dude? How do you break something that it's been out for a while? Like how?
I am so glad you asked me that question. First of all,
That's such a weird question.
It's a PC port, Remember
Yeah.
that this is not. It's always a thing where Sony releases it on their consoles first. This was
Mhm.
a PS5 release. It worked perfectly fine on PS5, but Naughty Dog had the port, the PC port, outsourced to a little company called Iron Galaxy. For those of you who don't know who Iron Galaxy is, remember all the crap that Warner Brothers got with their PC port of Arkham Knight?
I don't know why the Batmobile is floating.
That was Iron Galaxy.
Oh, wise
Why, in
choice.
the name of all that is decent and holy, would you get those people to do a PC port for a game this big?
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
It's not the
Well,
brightest, man. Jesus.
the result is they are like the review on Steam. The reviews on Steam are mostly negative. I'm talking about. I mean, you're always gonna get that one person works fine for me.
Oh, of
But
course
for
it
the
would.
most part, people are complaining that it takes forever to load textures,
Mhm.
and that even once you get it going, you have loading issues. You have frequent crashes,
Every 20
and
minutes
you
from what I'm
have
seeing here.
and a lot of performance issues.
It's not good, man.
Not good at all.
Mm-mm.
And I mean, what did they think was gonna happen? This is the thing. There's a reason why I wonder what's going on in their heads.
Not a lot,
They've,
apparently.
it's not the first time that a Sony company has hired a third party to do the port. Guerrilla Games had a company called Virtuous do Horizon Zero Dawn. That one had performance issues too. But Virtuous just sat down, hammered out fixes. Now it works perfectly fine. I don't know what they're gonna do here. Iron
They
Galaxy.
probably think they probably thought this is going to be kind of like Grand Theft Auto, that everyone still splurge money on a broken game, or kind of like Cyberpunk, that they just put in all their money and everybody kept the game because they had all the glitches, and then when they fixed it, they could still play. And hey, it works now.
In Cyberpunk's partial defense,
Mhm.
the PC version is actually playable now. The PS4, I gave up trying, and I don't think the PS5 version has come out yet. But that was them. That was them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They screwed up their own game. Naughty Dog hired another company to they screwed up so bad that recently, like right before we started the recording,
Okay.
Naughty Dog said they're going to take all their development in-house for ports. Because this is a stain on Naughty Dog and ultimately on Sony. People don't go and say, "Oh yeah, The Last of Us Part 1 by Iron Galaxy." No. And the funniest thing of all is that Sony last year bought Nixes, a Dutch company that also does ports. They did the port of Spider-Man Miles Morales on PC. You didn't hear a peep from anybody about performance there.
Nobody, dude. Actually,
And
they're all happy about it.
and they're working on Marvel Spider-Man remastered.
Oh my god.
You couldn't try to find a way to get the PC port over to them. You bought the company.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Oh, and some people are also upset because Game Rant
Mhm.
went and did, admittedly, a clickbaity take on it. Not saying that the game was getting negative reviews. They said it was being review bombed, which, if you know anything about the way Steam works, is review bomb is when people are so upset with a game for reasons not having to do with performance.
And they have other people just
And they
go on
just
there and
really
just talk crap.
They just dump negative reviews on it just to get its reviews down. No. This is being reviewed badly for legitimate reasons.
Yeah, actual facts, technically.
Yeah. Only 33% of all people that have reviewed the game on Steam have said, yeah, it's all right.
Bull. That's what I'll say, bull. Or poopy, should I say. Either way.
You did not just bring up poopy.
I did bring up poopy. I did.
Oh my
I
God.
did.
You're gonna get it now.
Pigeonheimer.
You know my mother was Pigeon Poopenheimer.
No, I know I did. I know. But Willie, all I can tell you right now that sucks. And especially for something like that, like Last of Us, which there's a lot of diehards out there that loves this game to the end of the world, to the point where they stop breathing and they'll fight you to the end, even for the TV show. And that sucks for them, dude. That is a horrible blow.
Those people, I appreciate that they enjoy the game and they want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: the PS5. Wait, listen.
Yes.
PS5.
Mm-hmm.
It's backwards compatible with PS4 games. Guess what game was on the PS4? You know, The Last of Us.
You know, this little game there called
the one that they remastered from the PS3 version. This game is Naughty Dog's Skyrim. Prove me wrong.
Oof. You know what? I'm not even going to argue. You're actually right about that. You're actually right. But whatever. It is what it is. That's all I can tell you. Until further notice, they haven't said anything else, but they said they're going to put a patch out there. Que será, será. It's going to happen. So we're just going to hear until they do that patch and see if it actually fixes it or makes it worse. But it's already a done deal for me. You know, if you wanted to get it for Steam, I'll just say give it for free. Whatever.
I don't appreciate it. That's all I'm saying. I don't.
No, I get it. But look, if we're going to be talking about free, let's talk about what's going on with PlayStation Plus, which PlayStation Plus is offering some free games for the month of April, and it's going to include Sackboy and a day-and-date launch, which I'm not going to say it's pretty rare, but that's pretty remarkable, especially for PlayStation. Hasn't really done anything like that for a hot minute. A play-in date launch,
a day and date release. They have done that before. They did that with your favorite PS3 launch title, Bug Snacks.
Stop. No, cállate. Stop.
Do we have to play the clip?
No, we don't. I don't have to play no freaking clip for that damn game. I don't have to hear that stupid earworm song. I don't have to hear I don't have to hear Poopy about it. Nothing.
You keep bringing up Poopy. I think I'm gonna have to. Resort.
Has nothing to do with this.
I'm gonna have to resort to drastic measures.
Oh,
I'm gonna push the Whopper button.
Oof. Okay, stop. Pineapples. We have to cut there. Okay. No.
All
you
right.
have to push the Whopper button or nothing like that. Okay, calm down. Calm your boobs.
So, the day and date game. It's called Meet Your Maker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dungeon crawler. Well, they call it a dungeon raiding game, and it's going to come out it's going to be released the same day that it comes out for PlayStation Plus Essential free games. It does not happen often, but it does happen. The other two games, well, the biggest one, the biggest title here is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. That is going to be on there as well as Tales of Iron, which is another Souls-like.
All I can tell you right now from those three titles, I only know one, and the other two don't really do anything for me. Not even a little wiggle. Nothing.
I don't get mad about a little known games being added, because as much as I dog games with gold for Xbox, and I haven't even looked them up. I don't even bother anymore.
Don't bother.
They are responsible for introducing me to Vala.
Okay.
Which is a twin stick shooter, vicious attack, llama apocalypse.
I think that's awesome.
That game made me giggle like a 5-year-old.
I love it.
And I love that. Indie games are not bad. Like little known titles are not bad. It's just that, you want to hear that your subscription is getting you awesome games.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's true. You do.
Well, that's what's going on with PlayStation Plus Essentials. Listen, free is free. Did I mention that too?
You know what? You're absolutely right. When they say free games, I'm all in. I'm not going to complain about it. Free is free. You're absolutely right. But, but sometimes I'd just rather have, something kind of like worthy of getting that is free. But hey, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, right? Free is free.
It's exactly true.
Willie, it's time, dude. It's time. We're gonna go for the hard hitter here because I know you've been pretty much waiting for this one, and it's the whole thing that we have been that's been going on here. That they laid off Marvel Entertainment laid off chairman Ike Perlmutter, and I like I asked you, I didn't know too much what was going on here because again, busy with work and stuff like that. And I asked you to fill me in, but I think we're going to fill in the audience as well because I'm pretty sure that they're just probably reading other pages out there and they have no idea what's going on. So please fill us in, Willie.
Details first, always.
Yes.
A Disney CEO and head daddy, Bob Iger, is cutting heads at Disney. They just recently started laying off 7,000 employees. Turns out one of those employees is reclusive Marvel Entertainment CEO Ike Perlmutter. That man right there, a man that is so like I have more pictures online than this man does. He's known to be very reclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that a big deal? Well, first of all, he was the CEO of Marvel Entertainment. You'd think, well, haven't they been doing well for the most part? I mean, yeah, their last movies weren't that great, but they weren't doing bad. He's not responsible for the movies. That's Marvel Studios, which is run by Kevin Feige.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Ike Perlmutter story, if Netflix doesn't make a movie, documentary movie, or a series about this fool, I'm like, well, maybe Disney will sue him back into the Stone Age. But anyway, it has to be done.
Of course!
Ike Perlmutter took over when Marvel was near bankruptcy. He was the one that went and sold off the film rights for things like Spider-Man and X-Men and Fantastic Four because he had to bring money in to basically rescue Marvel from itself because Marvel was drowning.
Incredible, though. That part, I'm like, wow.
That's the good news.
Yeah.
In 2005, he assumed the chairship of Marvel Studios, and from then on, it was just one problem after the other. Notoriously cheap, to the point where the cast of Age of Ultron almost universally walked out because he would only pay Robert Downey Jr. because he was the only name actor at the point. You can argue Scarlett Johansson, but he also had a problem with marketing women.
Wow.
His expertise was merchandising. And he famously thought that kids don't buy female action figures.
Nonsense, poopy pants!
So he, for the longest time, just kept pushing anything having to be that was thought to be female-led, push it down. Kevin Feige and him used to butt heads a lot, to the point where Kevin Feige was almost fired. And Bob Iger, Daddy Bob Iger, had to step in and say, no, that's all right. Split off Marvel Studios from Marvel TV. That's why you never saw the Marvel TV characters do more than passingly reference things that were going on in Marvel Studios. Two different heads. When Daddy Iger stepped in, he gave Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, okay, you report to Alan Horn. Mm-hmm. Marvel TV was one of Perlmutter's acolytes. His name was Jeff Loeb. He ran Marvel TV. That's where the Netflix shows came from. That's where Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came from.
Got it.
And not too long ago, Bob Iger said, you know what, this is dumb. Reunified Marvel Studios, gave him back the TV stuff, threw Jeff Loeb to the side, gave Kevin Feige control of everything. Ike Perlmutter, you just sit there and count money.
Jesus, so he was just there to do nothing.
I mean, he oversaw the comics, which unfortunately people don't read that much comics anymore. And he looked over, I guess, merchandising. I don't know if he merchandised Marvel Studios, but merchandising was his thing. But if Marvel Studios was all headed by Kevin Feige, mm-hmm. Monsignor Perlmutter here had nothing to do. So Daddy Iger called him up and said, yeah, by the way, bah! and he's gone.
Damn. Cold hearted, man. Cold hearted.
If you ask me, it should have happened a long time before. He almost cost Marvel Studios what it had going.
So
say whatever you want about him now.
Uh-huh.
Say whatever you want about him now, but back then people would have taken a bullet for what Marvel Studios was doing.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. So now that he's gone, what are we expecting for Marvel Studios and Marvel in general to happen? Like what's the outcome now?
Marvel's going to get fully absorbed into Disney. Marvel Studios will be a separate, not a separate studio, a separate but equal studio, along with Pixar and Walt Disney Animation and Lucas. But Marvel itself is just Disney now.
Oh, I see.
So Disney sort of kind of owns Dracula now. Dracula's in canon.
Fantastic.
Dracula's in canon. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, look, if they own him already, that means we're gonna give Blade a run for his money at least.
No, he won't.
He's not gonna fight Dracula?
I don't think. I mean, he may. You know who Blade needs to fight next?
Who?
He needs to fight Morbius.
I want him to fight Morbius. That'd be great, but we need a good Morbius movie at least.
I have the title of the movie.
Go.
Blade. It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
You can't say anything. You used it in the clip. You are no longer allowed to say anything negative. You bought in.
Why you bring up old stuff, Willie?
Because that's what I do. I'm old.
Whatever.
Every time I eat and I have to go to the bathroom afterwards, you think that's new stuff? That's from 1972.
Folks, don't mind Willie. He's just Willie.
Mind me. Always mind me.
Willie, so we're going to be talking about the last article already, and I kind of dread this one, to be honest, because I haven't seen 4 yet, but it's all 5 upcoming John Wick movies and spin-off explained. First of all, I have not seen 4. So I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to scroll down. I'm just going to show only the image that we have here.
Yes, because there are spoilers here. Do not scroll down. I did see I did see John Wick 4. I can tell you that. Get ready. The last one is I'm going to knock you for a loop, and I promise you that.
Go.
We're going to start with the first obvious project, which wasn't supposed to be an obvious project. John Wick Chapter 5 has a very interesting history.
Oh.
John Wick 5 was greenlighted after John Wick 3.
How in the world did they math that way? I need to know. I need answers.
I'm just going to say that they did that, and then it was said right before John Wick Chapter 4 came out, yeah, there's not going to be a Chapter 5. We're done with John Wick. But here we are with Chapter 5. So they fibbed. Either way, that's in there. That's gonna happen. Second one, which this one breaks my heart in a way, even though he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. Sharon is in a spin-off of John Wick called The Continental, but this is a prequel series, so we're not going to have Lance Reddick as Sharon. It's going to be younger versions, and supposedly John Wick is going to show a younger John Wick is going to show up here.
I want to see who's going to play John Wick young.
The next project, Ballerina. This is supposed to be a fork from when Angelica Houston played in John Wick 3. Remember, she was the director?
Yes.
Supposedly she had a group of female assassins that also just were really good at ballet.
Okay.
So that's where the ballerina is going to come from. Next up, not confirmed, but Halle Berry did mention that there's going to be a spin-off of her character. Sophia Al-Azwar, yes. who was also in John Wick 3. She says that it's going to happen. We don't know. Don't you scroll down.
No, I
Because I want
stopped.
to tell you the last one right now, and this is where I'm going to blow your mind.
Go.
The creator of John Wick, Derek Kolstad. Did you know he created another character?
No.
He created the character of Hutch Manziel. If you think that
Hutch.
name sounds familiar, don't worry. He's nobody. As in literally,
What?
Bob Odenkirk's Hutch Mansell. They're talking about a crossover between John Wick and
Oh my
nobody.
god. Oh my god.
The reason why
Why?
is because there's a line that people forgot about from the first movie.
From
when-
the actual
when
John Wick
Vigo-
movie?
No, was it Vigo? Yeah, Vigo. Was it Vigo? Was that the Russian guy's name Vigo?
I don't remember. I just know
I
the
don't
Russian guy.
The Russian guy. When his son he punched his son in the stomach. Oh, I'm talking about what you did. What? The gas station? The guy was a nobody. His father's response, that nobody was John Wick. And the idea of a crossover came from there. I've said for the longest time, nobody is middle-aged, married John Wick. John Wick in the suburbs with kids.
Dude. Okay. I want this to happen. I want this to happen right now, Willie. This will please me in so many ways that I want it to happen. I would love to see this happening, to be honest.
I'm not a fan of constantly rehashing the same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
I'm on the record saying that nobody was the most brilliant, most amazing movie that should have never been made. Because the idea is just ridiculous. I love that movie. I will not be mad if Bob Odenkirk returns for a second nobody. If they find a way to cross this over, I don't know. I'm going to be conflicted.
I you know what? I totally understand you, Willie. I totally understand.
I'm going to be conflicted because Jesus Christ, they're making the same thing over again. But then again, it's John Wick and Hutch Mansell.
Dude. They need to do this, and I have to ask our audience. I need to ask them, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think for a crossover with John Wick and nobody? Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Let's have a real conversation about this. I mean, we need to talk. This needs to happen. But Willie, we already reached the end of this show. And I got to say, as always, thank you guys for joining us today on this amazing show. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button just so we come up with some amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Now, Willie, any last words?
I'm just saying that, by the way, Basketball Hall of Fame, Dwayne Wade is in, baby.
Really?
Dwayne Wade is in.
Nice. All right.
So now we got, okay, you want to have this argument? How many Hall of Famers do we have?
That we have, I don't know. I don't keep count.
They say 6.
6? Okay.
Only 2 count.
All right. Who's it to?
D Wade and Zoe.
Oh, okay. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, Shaq's a Hall of Famer. He ain't a Heat.
He ain't Heat.
Whatever. I'm happy. Dwayne Wade's in. The 305.
Pew, 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 pew. That's awesome. All right.
Someone get me a muffler to beat.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you on Friday. Peace.
Bye.